Okay, so this is episode 3 of Entrepreneured. The past 2 episodes have been about a lemonade stand, how I was planning and getting ready to create that, and I went and did it. And I had a lot of fun. It was interesting. I enjoyed myself, but I failed. I definitely failed. It wasn't what I hoped what I wanted it to be. I did not make even close to what I spent on the equipment. So just a quick breakdown, I spent $105 overall, and that was on just the stuff that you saw me buy in the last video, plus an Uber, plus transportation. I did not need the canopy, I did not need the chair, and that was an extra $50. So I'm gonna go return those to Target. And taking that all into account, I still spent $50, and I made 10. I had 6 friends come up and they all were down to buy my lemonade, and then 4 other people that I actually didn't know, but I only made $10 and I spent $50, so not a great return. But that's okay. That is completely okay. And part of the series, one of the big things that I wanted to accentuate in this series is failure is okay. This was just a little lemonade stand. Like, I should have been able to do better on that, but I didn't, and that's fine. But this was still an enormous learning experience, and let me tell you what I learned. So, I know that what I failed on, and the LinkedIn community on my last couple of videos touched on this, but what I failed on is, number 1, marketing. I didn't market it at all. I didn't run any ads, and I could have totally put posters around campus or something like that just to let people know that my lemonade was there. That would have been extremely helpful, I think. So marketing. Second is my product. My product sucked, being completely honest. Somebody asked me on the last video, like, I hope you don't use powdered lemonade, and I used powdered lemonade, because I figured it would be a pain in the butt to make anything else. But as a result, it wasn't as high a quality of a product as it could have been. So I could have improved on that. I could have made homemade lemonade, and that would have significantly improved the value that I'm giving. Third, the price that I was charging. I didn't appropriately manage what I thought I had to charge. I laid things out, and based on how much lemonade I could sell, I knew I should sell things for $1 per cup of lemonade. And I received comments from plenty of people, including my friends, that bought lemonade to be nice, that I was charging too much, and that I should have charged like 50 cents, like a quarter. So based on that, I would have needed to completely recreate my supply chain, I guess, for how I get the lemonade, how I make the lemonade, how I keep that updated. So my product sucked, and that was something that I could change. Fourth, I was the only one working it. I didn't have any friends there. I didn't have anybody helping me with the lemonade stand, and so I was only able to do it for 3 hours. I could have gone back and done more, and if I went back and I had more time, personally, maybe I could have actually made enough back. Maybe I could have sold enough lemonade, but I didn't have the time personally to manage that. But if I had other people there working with me, it would have probably worked better. So I could have had some friends. And finally, plain and simple, it got cold as soon as I ran the lemonade stand. So the previous day when I made the first video saying it was hot as heck outside, it was. The day that I decided to do the lemonade stand, it dropped 15 degrees from around 90 to 75. Like fall just decided to hit then, and there has been no opportunity for me to run another one because it hasn't been hot enough. So plain and simple, I didn't plan ahead. I didn't look at what the market would want in the future, because there wouldn't be demand if it's not hot enough. So I didn't have the demand, plain and simple. So 5 things screwed up on. I only made 20% of what I wanted to, and I overspent. So messed up a whole lot. That sucked. But guess what? That's all right. We're moving on. Next summer, when it gets hot again, I guarantee you I'm going to try it again. And to recreate a similar process a little bit earlier, when it gets colder in the winter, and it gets cold here for a while, so I'll have plenty of time to plan ahead, I'm planning on doing a hot cocoa stand then. So we'll be able to recreate a very similar thing, and I'll be able to apply everything that I learned from this experiment, everything that I failed on, into that experiment. So that's great. Next video is going to be on Thursday, and I'm going to tell you what my next experiment's going to be. But for now, I'll see you later. This has been episode number 3. Have a good day.